Dearest Pioneer family, my most cherished community. Hello everyone. Stanford's winter is always accompanied by a continuous rainy season. The pitter-patter of rain outside the window, beating against the red tile roofs, feels like nature playing a symphony about time. This sound of rain reminds me of the scene when we wrote the first line of code on that cold night in 2019. And it reminds me of every day we have walked together through wind and rain over these 7 years. As a co-founder of Pi Network, and as a scholar deeply engaged in computer science and cryptography, I have dedicated my life to solving one question: how do we build a fairer, more accessible, and warmer cryptocurrency ecosystem? Today, I want to step out from the piles of data in the lab and share with you a miracle that happened in December 2025 in a direct, sincere, and perhaps somewhat emotional way. This miracle is not about a price surge, nor is it about the entry of some massive institution, but about that seemingly dry number you see every day, the base mining rate. This is not just a simple technical parameter adjustment. It is a vivid portrayal of our community's internal resilience and the algorithm's highest tribute to those who persist. As Pi pioneers, every one of you is a member of this warm family. Watching you choose to hold your ground, while the outside world is full of noise, fills my heart with emotion. Today, let us cast aside those external fluctuations and rumors, calm our minds, and dive deep into the underlying logic behind this adjustment. Because true value always originates from our shared blood, sweat, and belief. Let us first look at a set of data. Data sufficient to be recorded in the history of Pi Network. Recalling Pi Network's mining mechanism, from the very beginning, we rejected the crude, fixed halving model of Bitcoin and instead designed a dynamic, sustainable model. We wanted rewards to be closely linked to the community's real-time participation, rather than mechanically decaying over time. According to the rules of the white paper released in December 2021, the base mining rate is adjusted monthly. It acts like a precision instrument influenced by the combined factors of network scale, activity levels, and total supply limits. For the past 2 years, as the number of pioneers surged, our base mining rate has been in a downward channel. This was to maintain the hard cap of 100 billion total supply, to protect the scarcity of Pi. Everyone had become accustomed to seeing that number get a little smaller every month. It seemed to have become some kind of irreversible gravity. However, in December 2025, gravity was broken. We saw a surprising and positive change. The base mining rate rose against the trend from 0.002755, 1 pi per hour, in November to 0.031296 pi per hour. What does this mean? It means the increase reached 13.59%. This marks the largest single-month positive jump since the launch of the dynamic formula in March 2022. We broke a downward trend that lasted for 2 years. Dear pioneers, when you open your phones and see that number grow larger, please do not think it is a system glitch. This increase reminds me of the days we have walked together. It is by no means accidental, but the result of our internal ecosystem self-optimization and a deep embrace from the algorithm to you, the people who stayed. So why did such an increase occur in December? What economic logic and algorithmic ethics are hidden behind this? The core reason lies in the dynamic balance mechanism of community participation. We must honestly face the status quo. In recent years, with the violent fluctuations of the cryptocurrency market and the uncertainty of the external environment, some pioneers wavered. They watched the rising and falling prices on exchanges, and their mentality changed. Some chose to pause mining because they felt clicking once a day is too troublesome. Others turned to purchasing Pi directly from the secondary market because they felt buying in the short term is more convenient than mining. This shift in mentality led to a short-term decrease in the number of active miners in the network. In the eyes of a traditional centralized company, user loss is a disaster. But in Pi Network's decentralized model, this instead triggered a self-regulation and incentive mechanism. As our mathematical model was designed, Pi's total supply is limited and released linearly over time. When there are fewer people dividing the cake, the piece for those who remain naturally becomes larger. When active participation decreases, the base mining rate automatically adjusts upward to incentivize the remaining, most loyal pioneers to continue contributing. What a beautiful mechanism this is. It is like an internal firewall for our community, or perhaps an anti-fragile system. When the biting wind blows outside, and some choose to leave the fire to find shortcuts, the system automatically distributes more firewood to those who still stand by the hearth, keeping the flame alive. This is not just to balance supply, but to strengthen our internal cohesion. The algorithm is using data to tell you, thank you for your persistence. Because of your presence, the network remains safe. Because others left, your persistence has become more valuable. This adjustment is a reward for long-termism. It encourages everyone to further amplify their individual mining multiplier by building security circles, forming referral teams, committing to lockups, and participating in the app ecosystem. It tells us, in this network, speculators might be able to buy chips, but only builders can receive the system's foundational gifts. If the increase in mining rate is the face, then the growth of the node network is the lining. What moves me even more is that despite fluctuations in front-end mining activity, our back-end internal construction has never stopped. It is even accelerating. Data does not lie. In 2025, our mainnet node construction made breakthrough progress. Specifically, the number of core consensus layer nodes, those mainnet nodes carrying the heavy responsibility of network security, surged tenfold, from 23 in March to 296 in December. These 296 nodes are not just 296 computers. They are 296 firm beliefs, 296 lighthouses that never go out, day or night. This reflects the pioneer's firm belief in Pi's long-term value. They are not just tapping on their phones. They are investing in hardware, electricity, bandwidth, and technical maintenance costs to run nodes and provide computing power support to the network. This internal growth is the deep soil for the mining rate increase. It means that even if surface-level active users fluctuate, Pi Network's bone density is increasing. Our degree of decentralization is improving. Our censorship resistance is strengthening, and our transaction processing speed is accelerating. All of this reminds us, external price noise is merely temporary. Market ups and downs are games for traders, but we are building infrastructure. The collaboration and innovation of our community are the true forces driving everything. Through these efforts, we are forging a more robust network, making PI a reliable tool for daily payments, decentralized finance, and local commerce. Taking this opportunity of the mining rate increase, I want to discuss the core philosophy of Pi with everyone. Many people ask me, Dr. Fan, since people are selling, why don't I just buy it? Why go through the trouble of mining, doing KYC, and running nodes? This is a very good question. It touches on the most essential difference between Pi and all other cryptocurrencies. In other projects, tokens are commodities. You pay money, you get goods. The transaction is done, and there is no emotional connection. But in Pi Network, Pi is proof of participation. When you click that lightning button every day, you are not just obtaining tokens, you are performing a real person verification, telling the network, I am a living human being, I am not cheating with a bot. When you build a security circle, you are contributing a trust graph to the network. When you run a node, you are contributing a security barrier to the network. This 13.59% mining rate increase is a dividend issued by the system to builders. It teaches us a profound truth. Wealth is not instant. It is not obtained by trickery, but is accumulated through time, contribution, and loyalty to the community. Those who try to make quick money through trading are passers-by of the Pi network. But you, the people who still persist in mining and building, you are the owners of the Pi network. Do not let external rumors disturb your mind. Some say Pi is too slow. Some say Pi is worthless. But please, look at the mining rate in your hands. Look at those 296 rock-solid nodes. If this project truly had no hope, why would the system retain and reward you in this way? Why are there still so many people willing to run servers at their own expense? There is only one answer, because we are all betting on a greater future. Dear pioneers, this mining rate increase in December is by no means an excuse for us to rest on our laurels. On the contrary, this is the bugle call for a charge. The system has given us a higher base rate. What should we do? We must utilize this window of opportunity to acquire more chips. Now is the time to double your contribution. If you have not yet completed KYC, or if your team members are stuck, please act immediately. Use our newly launched AI assistive tools and self-service unblocking features to clear this final checkpoint. Only by passing KYC can every Pi you mined truly belong to you. At the same time, do not let your Pi sleep in your balance. Activate your mainnet wallet, learn how to transfer, and experience ecosystem apps like StarMax or Blind Lounge. Let Pi flow. Flow creates value. Looking at this rising mining rate, go tell those friends who once left. Tell them Pi has not forgotten you. The system is rewarding those who persist. Come back now. It is not too late. Invite more trusted friends to join. Expand your security circle. This not only protects the network, but also further boosts your individual mining multiplier. If you understand technology, please participate in our hackathon. Pi Network needs more application scenarios, more tools that can solve practical problems. These are our eternal pursuits. We want to make Pi Network a warm home, a digital future that truly belongs to us ordinary people. Hold on. Dear friends, Pi's journey is full of emotion and challenge. We are like climbers scaling a high mountain. Sometimes the weather is bad, we get lost, and teammates fall behind. But whenever we feel exhausted, look up, and you will find the system handing you a bottle of water, giving you a piece of bread, which is this increase in mining rate. It is telling you, do not give up. The view from the summit is worth all your effort. Let us join hands and use our internal strength to embrace more possibilities. Ignore the noise at the foot of the mountain and focus on the path beneath your feet. If you have questions, discuss them in the community at any time. Nicholas, myself, and everyone on the core team are here. We move forward together because we are an inseparable family. Thank you for your persistence. It is you who make Pi great.